proud to present to you a short tribute to three great Filipino national artists who left a remarkable legacy in our culture and arts. Eddie S. Romero, and second, Jose Garcia Villa, and the third one is Jovita Fuentes. First, Eddie S. Romero. His full name was Edgar Cinco Romero, commonly known as Eddie Romero, better known as the filmmaker, born on July 7, 1924, in Dumaguete City, Negros Oriental. He was a Filipino film director, film producer, and screenwriter. The only child born to Jose E. Romero, a congressman, education secretary, and ambassador to the court of St. James in the United Kingdom. To his first wife, Hilar Guzman Cinco, a school teacher who died in childbirth in 1927. His father would later have seven other children with the second wife, with Alicia Joniega Villanueva. Romero grew up in a family that valued education, public services, and cultural enrichment, and in a city which provides a rich culture environment that will deeply influence Romero's artistic vision. Romero's early education at the Dumaguete Elementary School and Silliman University High School proved to be a formative. Silliman University, known for fostering intellectual and artist growth, was where Romeo first encountered the diverse cultural influence that will shape his worldview. The vibrant academic and cultural community of Dumaguete, with its emphasis on literature, arts, and progress ideas, left an indelible mark on the young Romero. He began writing stories as early as 7 or 8 years old and published his first short story at the age of 12. When Eddie Romero passed away on May 28, 2013, at the age of 88, he left behind not just a family, but a life rich with the experience, reflection, and personal growth. After learning about his background, let's move on to his career and artworks.
Here are the career of Eddie Romero. Eddie Romero was a Filipino filmmaker known for his work as a screenwriter, film director, and producer. He was recognized as a national artist for film and broadcast arts in 2003. His career spanned 3 generations of filmmakers and was dedicated to both the artistic and commercial aspect of cinema. Eddie Romero, named National Artist of the Philippines in 2003, was a prolific filmmaker whose work reflected the country's history, politics, and culture. As a teenager, in 1941, he wrote the screenplay for Ang Maestra and briefly served as editor-in-chief of Negros Chronicle. War News, he's explored the same time as national identity in films like Ganito Kami Noon at Paano Kami Ngayon, Agila and Kamakalawa, Wild Banta na Kahapon, and his No Limit Tangere TV series. Tackled political corruption and nationalism. In the 1960s, Romero directed films such as Lost Battalion and The Walls of Hell, and co-produced Terror is a Man with Gerardo de Leon. He also gained cult status for his English language The Blood Islands horror series. Though he later dismissed this is his worst work, influencing directors like Quentin Tarantino. Romero eventually turned to more personal Filipino language films, known for their minimalist yet powerful storytelling.
So, this is the 3 famous artworks of Eddie Romero. First is Ganito Kami Noon, Paano Kayo Ngayon in 1976. Why he made it? Romero wanted to explore Filipino identity during a Spanish colonial period. It follows a young man's journey to discover what it means to be a Filipino. This film was his way of encouraging national reflection and pride. The second one is Aguila in 1980. Why he made it? Romero created this to show Philippine history through one man's life, from the early 19th to martial law. It reflects his desire to connect personal stories to the nation's struggles and evolution. The third one is No Limit Tangere. It is a TV series on 1961. Why he made it? He adapted Jose Rizal's novel to bring its message to modern audiences, especially during times of political unrest. He wanted to highlight social injustice and the roots of Filipino nationalism.
The first one is Kamakalawa from 1981, a fantasy film that explores Philippine folklore and ancient mythology. It imagines a world of pre-colonial tribes, mythical creatures, and native beliefs. And the second one is Black Mama, White Mama from 1973, an action exploitation film co-produced with the U.S. starring Pam Grier. It tells the story of two female prisoners who escape while chained together despite their differences.
Early life and education. Jose Garcia Villa was born on August 5, 1908 in Manila, Philippines. He grew up in a family that valued education, which has greatly influenced his early pursuits. Initially, he enrolled at the University of the Philippines to study the medicine but later shifted to law. His passion for writing emerged during the time, leading him to publish his first collection of poems, Man Song, which was controversial and resulted in the suspension from the university. This pivotal movement marked the beginning of his literary journey and set the stage for his future career.
Works in artworks. Throughout his career, Villa published several significant works that showcase his literary prowess. Notable publications include Footnote to Youth in 1933, a collection of short stories that mark a significant milestone in Filipino literature, being one of the first books by a Filipino author published by a major U.S. press. Second one is The Hot Camp I'm Here in 1942, his first poetry collection in the U.S. which was nominated for the Pulitzer Prize. Third one is The Many Voice 1939 and Poems 1941, collections that further established his reputation as a leading poet. These works explore themes of identity, love, and the human experience, reflecting both Filipino culture and universal truths.
Continues to resonate in both Filipino and international literary circles. His innovative writing style and thematic explorations have influenced generations of writers. He serves as cultural advisor to the Philippine government, promoting Filipino literature and arts. His works are widely studied in academic settings, and his contributions have paved the way for future writers, ensuring that his influence endures in the literary landscape. Villa's commitment to literature and his unique voice have solidified his status as pivotal figure in the evolution of modern literature in the
Literary career and innovations. Villa's literary career gained momentum after he won a short story contest, allowing him to travel to the United States in 1929. He studied at the University of New Mexico, earning a Bachelor of Arts degree. His exposure to American literary movements influenced his style, leading him to develop innovative techniques such as comma poems, where he placed a comma after each word, creating a unique rhythm. He also introduced the reverse consonants rhyme scheme, which became a hallmark of his poetry and set him apart from his contemporaries.
4. Award and recognition. Jose Garcia Villa received numerous accolades throughout his career, recognizing his contributions to literature. In 1973, He was named the National Artist for Literature, one of the highest honors in the Philippines. He also received a Guggenheim Fellowship, a poetry award from the American Academy of Arts and Letters, and the Shelley Memorial Award. These honors not only highlight his literary achievements but also underscored his impact on the global literary.
Jovita Fuentes was born in February 15, 1895 to August 7, 1978. Was a Filipino soprano singer. She was known to be the first Filipina to receive recognition as a national artist for music in 1976 and one of the few Filipinas to receive international acclaim in the European opera scene. She was born in Capiz, now Rojas City, to a well-off couple named Canuto and Dolores Fuentes. At an early age, she displayed interest in music, learning the contemporary song at the time. This was evident when she was only 5 years. She was able to sing habanas and danzas. She pursued her education by attending Colegio de Santa Isabel, and while on vacation to her studies, she would perform zarzuelas and operas to her neighbors and friends. She was also able to play the piano taught by a town organism after she moved in Manila. After her study at the Colegio de Santa Isabel, Fuentes had a formal voice training under Salvina Fornani, an Italian singer who was then residing in Manila. In 1917, she took up college at the University of the Philippines Conservatory of Music. In order to hone her skill further, she pursued her studies abroad, going to Italy.
As a music advocate, she founded numerous music associations. This includes the Association of Musical de Filipinas and Artists Guild of the Philippines. Under the Philippine President Diosdado Macapagal, her appeal to the establishment of the Music Production Foundation was granted through Republic Act No.
Jovita Fuentes was a world-renowned Filipina soprano and the first female national artist for music. In 1976, she debuted in 1955 as a Suwa Suwa San ni Madama Butterfly earning acclaim across Europe and the US for roles in the operas like La Boheme, Turandot, and Salamon. After returning to the Philippines, she taught institutions like UP, promoted the Filipino music and health and music organized. She was also awarded the Presidential Merit in 1958 for her contribution to the Philippines culture.
Two examples of Jovita Fuentes' artwork are Chiu Chiu San and Mimi in La Boheme. So, first is Chiu Chiu San in Madama Butterfly. In 1925, Jovita Fuentes made her international debut as Siu Siu San and Puccini's Madama Butterfly at the Teatro Municipale di Piacenza in Italy. This became her breakout role, earning critical acclaim for her emotional depth, vocal beauty, and dramatic expression. She portrayed the tragic character with grace and. Second is Mimi in La Boheme. Jovita Fuentes portrayed Mimi in Puccini's La Boheme with a tender and heartfelt performance that highlighted her emotional sensitivity and vocal grace. Her portrayal of the gentle, ill-fated heroine was praised for its sincerity and warmth, making it one of her most touching and memorable roles on stage.
Third artwork of Jovita Fuentes. It's called Iris and Iris by Mas Cagnay. This role showcased her ability to portray deep emotion, capturing innocence, hope, and tragic downfall. Her performance was praised to its sincerity and emotional depth.
one is Salome in Strauss' Salome. This role was reportedly offered to her by Richard Strauss himself. At this statement to her talent, playing Salome demonstrated her versatility across dramatic operatic styles, moving from gently to intense, emotional, charged performances.